perspective and Southern Ireland, Office Depot and Viking supply office products and business supplies. Viking in '98, when it was acquired by Office Depot, was the UK's leading provider of stationery and office products. It changed a little bit in time as we've picked up the contract stationery side. Yeah, we're a significant player in the UK and Irish markets. I am the European Credit Programme Manager for Office Depot Group. We have morphed our credit control business over the last 10 years, I suppose, because back in 2007 we decided to establish a shared service centre for our European finance operations, and we now have 450 employees in that operation, which are Office Depot employees. This isn't an outsourced operation, it's just a internal shared service centre. Prior to the Flint Bishop arrangement, our debt recovery was done by a small team of 6 individuals who were based in our Andover office at the last arrangement. Prior to that, they'd been based in our Leicester office. The process was fairly straightforward. We would pass the debt out from one credit control setup into another database, and we would then follow that through with issuing proceedings in the county court where appropriate. So we looked out to see what would happen if we used a professional organisation that didn't just look after our own debts and therefore could justify their scale. And we looked at comparing DCAs in the marketplace, law firms in the marketplace. One of those law firms was Flint Bishop. Flint Bishop were prepared to go that extra, and the pre-legal that was softer, that allowed a customer to raise a complaint that they'd forgotten to raise before, that didn't judge the customer until the point where the customer clearly was taking advantage of the situation. The original in-house arrangement that we ran was attractive because of its very low cost base. We were looking at 5% compared to the debt profile. We were keen to try and mimic something similar to that. With the retainer approach, with additional charging where required for legal action, that's been adopted with Flint Bishop, has meant that we've been able to get very close to that cost base, and the additional recovery which Flint Bishop have been able to get out of our debts has ensured that our recovery against cost is better or as good as we had previously. After about 6-7 months, we could see an improvement in those ratios, that Flint Bishop in actual fact were gaining an advantage over our in-house team. Little unexpected perhaps, but given the volumes we were talking about, we were very pleased that improvement was seen, and that we got a situation and a partner in our debt collection process which was going to be good going forward. In fact, we were so pleased with that, we were quite happy to sign renewed agreements going forward. Looking at the transition to the Flint Bishop operation against our own internal side, one of the key factors we wanted to ensure we didn't lose was the customer feel, that the customer didn't get the impression of being sausage milled, because some of our customers that go legal we do want back again, and in any event we didn't want to create a reputational problem. And Flint Bishop has, one of the key things is their due diligence and their professionalism ensures that we do not take people to court wantonly, unnecessarily. The second thing is that we still achieve the same results without any degradation due to the softer approach. The more professional approach rather than softer approach still achieves the results that we need. We do not see this degradation of reputation which some of the churning firms of solicitors do, who claim that massive volumes at high speed is the way to collect debt. It trivialises the debt, which may be small in value to us as a business, but is significant to the person that owes you the money. And I think it's important to adopt the right approach even on small value debt. Flint Bishop do that. So that's the second key factor. The third key factor would have to be flexibility in approach to us as a client. The fact that if we say we want to do something, it's listened to and discussed, and if it's possible, it happens. one of the processes that we've seen with the way Flint Bishop collect debt, we were keen to get a pre-legal that was effective, rather than just a short couple of letters to justify the law firm being there. And Flint Bishop have provided that effective addition to credit control. We do run a standard credit control process, although it is morphed to suit the type of customer we're dealing with. But again, it's consistent between letters and calls, whatever mix works for the debtor. Once we've passed it to Flint Bishop, we will have made sure that a letter has gone to the customer to say that it's being passed out. But what Flint Bishop then do is to involve and engage with that customer to make sure they're aware of the debt, to make sure that sufficient letters and contact is made to give the debtor every opportunity to discuss or pay the debt before we get to the point of saying this is going to go to court. And referred to earlier, the bite that's there is this: when a legal firm says you're going to go to court, most people believe and accept the fact it's going to happen.